Praise the Lord. Welcome to this series titled Miracles from the Bible. I am Dr. Johnson, Cherian, and I will be reading a passage from Luke chapter 1. There was in the days of Herod, the king of Judea, a certain priest named Zacharias of the division of Abijah. His wife was of the daughters of Aaron, and her name was Elizabeth. And they were both righteous before God, walking in all the commandments and ordinances of the Lord, blameless. But they had no child, because Elizabeth was barren, and they were both well advanced in years. And so it was that while he was serving as priest before God in the order of his division according to the custom of the priesthood, his lot fell to burn incense when he went into the temple of the Lord. And the whole multitude of the people was praying outside at the hour of incense. Then an angel of the Lord appeared to him standing on the right side of the altar of incense, and when Zacharias saw him, he was troubled, and fear fell upon him. The angel said to him, "Do not be afraid, Zacharias, for your prayer is heard, and your wife Elizabeth will bear you a son, and you shall call his name John." Praise the Lord. And the prophecy of the angel was fulfilled in God's time. Now we read here that they were both righteous. Zacharias and Elizabeth, they were both righteous before God, walking in all the commandments and ordinances of the Lord, and they were blameless, but they had no child because Elizabeth was barren. The thing is, God had a great plan for their lives. Though she was barren and they were well advanced in years, God had a specific plan in his mind regarding them. Later on we read that when Zacharias was in the temple, an angel of the Lord appeared to him standing on the right side of the altar of the incense. And the angel speaks to him and says, "Do not be afraid, Zacharias, for your prayer is heard." Remember that your prayers are always heard by God. Sometimes doubts may come into your mind whether God is really listening to your prayer. Of course, he is listening to your prayer, but he answers it at the right time, at his own time. And we see here that the angel tells Zacharias that your prayer is heard, your wife Elizabeth will bear you a son, and you shall call his name John. The angel reveals the gender of the child. Then the angel reveals also the name of the child as John. Praise the Lord. Our God is a miracle working God. Some of you may be couples who have not had children for a long time. You have been praying to God, and you may be wondering whether God has heard your prayers. Here we read about a couple who were aged, and they were righteous, they were blameless before God, yet they had a problem in their lives. But God, he was hearing their prayers and wanted to answer the prayers at the right time. So he sent his angel, and we know that Elizabeth became pregnant after that, and John was born at God's own time. Praise the Lord. Our God is a great and wonderful and loving God. He is a compassionate God. He listens to your prayers. He answers your prayers at his own time. So be strengthened this day. Be strong and courageous. And may God bless you with these thoughts this day. Praise the Lord.